Hey everybody, my name is Jeff. The Bates ball game is over. See what I did there? That was an interesting one. We're going to go a little post-game talk tonight, whatever. Interesting ball game. DeGrom is one of the best ever. Are we understanding what we get to see? I don't know, man. I love Twitter. I love X. I'm on it throughout the game. We had a birthday party going on. It ended as the game was ending. And hey, Texas Haley, what's going on, my friend? And all I see is people complaining as we win 5-0. That was a gem. I love baseball. I love baseball for a long time. I watched a lot of games. If you don't have fun watching DeGrom do his thing, I don't know what to tell you. That was a classic performance by one of the greatest pitchers maybe in the history of the game, certainly in my lifetime. Haley, member of the channel, saying hi in chat. I welcome everybody in here. My name is Jeff Bates, at Jeff Bates on X, at Texas Clubhouse on YouTube. Please subscribe. Listen, I'm just going to be real. We're going to go through the game here. Let's check out. You know what? Let's share some stats and let's talk it through. What a game! I mean, 2 runs in the first inning. What a nice way to start the game. You know, if you look at the screen, did I just share it with you right? Hopefully you can see. Yeah, the reason I wanted to share this screen with you. Every day, Mets in the house is going on, buddy. How are you? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great day. If you look at the right side of the screen, you can see key moments. Marcus Semien, singles on a line drive, blah, 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 blah. Texas win probability, 73.3%. Now, it's a 2-run event. When you score first, you're going to win most of the time, and we just have not been doing that successfully at all. But Semien, who is on fire right now, singles, it was a triple, all right? It was a triple, or it was a single in the air. I guess if they called it a single, I don't really have a problem with that. They called it a double originally in the book. Well, in the book. What I'm looking at still calls it a double. To me, that was a single or a triple, but that doesn't really matter. 2-0. My point in saying this is you gain a 20% chance of winning the game just from that play. Players of the game, let's just look at people with some stats. 3 for 5 from the leadoff spot. 2 runs scored for Haggerty out in left field today. What a great pickup he's been. I remember I actually posted it on X when we signed him. I don't get it. I didn't see a spot for him. With all the outfielders we had just gotten Pilar, if I remember correctly. Obviously, Haggerty's still here and Pilar is not. So what the heck? I missed that one, right? I didn't, I thought of him as a second baseman more than an outfielder, to be real. That's my fault, but he didn't, if you're on the Mariners and they're letting you go, you're not an offensive force. But boy, have I been wrong, and he's been good. He's hitting 266. It's not great. It's not horrible, but he seems to get the hits at the right time. Today, really huge performance out of the leadoff spot. Again, 3 for 5, 2 runs. Wyatt went 1 for 5, 1 run, 227 average. Still waiting for him to get going. Josh Young 1 for 4 with a run. He's now hitting 261. The concern there, he struck out a couple times today. Then my man Marcus Semien, one of my favorites, unbelievable week and a half, just on fire after a horrible start. His average is up to 213, which is horrible for the whole year. But when you remember where he was 2 weeks ago, wow, that is a big jump. 2 for 3 today, a run, 3 RBIs. I actually think it should have been 4. I think the official score is a little weird over there, but whatever. Berger was 0 for 4 with a couple Ks. That's concerning. Doley went 1 for 4 with an RBI. It was a Texas leaguer. He just blooped it in there, but he struck out twice. So it's concerning, but you're not going to run, you're not going to run. It wasn't like it was a rocket or anything. His average is at 215. Berger's at 212. Semien's at 213. That's scary when that's 4, 5, and 6. But you got to believe that's from April and May, and hopefully June it's going to be a lot better. Jonah 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Higgy DHing 0 for 3. He walked once, got on. Zeke didn't do much, 0 for 2 with a K, and then Smitty came in. And that's basically everybody. On the pitching side, though, again, Jacob DeGrom. This guy could have thrown a Maddox. Do you know what a Maddox is? A Maddox is a 9-inning shutout with under 100 pitches. What was he at? I think he was at, I don't want to lie to you. Was he at 80 pitches? Let's see if I can find it here. He was at 81. He was at 81 pitches after 7 innings. So he could have went the 8th and 9th. And he did that in 18 pitches, he could get a Maddox. But more important than that, having him available for June, July, August, September, and maybe October. 7 innings, 2-hit ball, 8 Ks. Probably his best start as a Ranger. And that's where I'm going to say it again. Like, Look at you baseball how you want to baseball. You fan how you want to fan. Hey, Kerm, what's going on, buddy? I don't know what to say. If you didn't have fun today watching today's game, it was awesome. I know I'm way behind in chat. I'll get there shortly, and we'll get caught up, guys. What else do I want to say about the pitching? Oh, the bullpen. So Luke Jackson, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. Didn't give up anything. Wasn't perfect. It was doable. Chris Martin was the big one for me. So his results: 1 inning, 1 K, clean, awesome. But the best part was he didn't come out after 1 pitch. The last 3 times they tried to pitch him. The last time they tried to pitch him, he couldn't come out of the bullpen. The 2 times before that, he threw 1 pitch. What they said today on the broadcast, I think it was Laura Stickles or whatever her name is. She's doing a great job, by the way. Good questions. I really like her. I like her a lot. Anyway, she said that, I hope it was her. I think it was her. He doesn't feel anything, and there's been nothing that they've seen structurally, but they hear that he hears this clicking when he throws, and that's kind of scary. You don't want to be hearing something in your shoulder when you're throwing, and he has. But and that first pitch he threw in the game after his warm-up pitches, he missed high, and he was doing one of these, and I actually said it to my wife because that was just as everybody was leaving our birthday party, and I said, "Oh, he might still be hurt," and she's like, "What are you talking about, Mike? Never mind." But he got through it, and we'll see. I wish somebody would talk to him. Bochy just said in the post-game interview that he hadn't talked to Chris Martin yet, so I was hoping I would have heard something there. Whatever. I don't know what to say about that, but I mean, he was solid. I've got some notes here that I took during the game. Then we'll check the scores around the league, and then we'll call it a day. Let me get caught up in chat. Haley's in the house. She's a member of the channel. Thanks for being here, Haley. Oh, by the way, Haley, Friday. Are you still here? Are you still here? Maybe Friday. I'll send you a message. Maybe I don't even know if you're still here. Everyday Mets in the house. Nice win. Yeah, it was very much so. Simeon has been scorching, says my buddy Kerm. Yeah, he has. Absolutely. 3 RBI. Should have been 4. Yep, exactly. Let's keep it going. Amen to that. Yeah. It's nice. I was gonna say, yeah. You're at a party. Yes. There you go. I'll message you later. My sister is in town. There you go. Using the emojis. Love it, Haley. And we're going to well, I'll see you hopefully if you're going to be there. I lost my train of thought. All right, so DeGrom, 80 pitches in 7 innings. It was 81 pitches actually. Had a chance for a Maddox. That's unbelievable. He moves to 6-2 now, 2.12 ERA on the year. Jackson was good. Martin was good. We already talked about that. Martin's clicks. We already talked about that. Haggerty in the leadoff spot. Boy, not something that beginning of the season I would have thought I was looking forward to. But yeah, so far so good, right? 2 runs in the first. We already talked about that. That is so important to get started, to get the lead. And that is something my Rangers have not been doing at all. But they did today, and it paid off. Tomorrow, TBD, not really, versus Trevor Williams. We'll talk about Trevor Williams real fast. We should get to him. He's 3-6. ERA is 6.03, a little over 6, whatever it is. 6.03. He strikes out people. He's got a lot of swing and miss. But, boy, you can hit him. You can square him up, and I think that the Rangers will have some success tomorrow. I sure hope I'm right. We thought Malley was going to be the starter, but it's a bullpen. Probably Booshley will probably Boozley? I don't remember how you're supposed to say it. Caleb, whatever his last name is, will probably go a couple innings. Frankly, everybody in the bullpen is going to go except for Chris Martin, probably. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody who should be excluded. I might be, but I don't think I am. So we're going to see a bullpen day tomorrow, which is kind of a bummer. Is this Kumar's spot? Maybe this was the Kumar spot. I'm not really sure, but it is what it is. Our first bullpen day of the game of the season, unless I'm not remembering one. Guys, let me know in chat if I'm missing one. Losing my train of thought. Okay, bullpen day tomorrow. Already said that. Rubber game tomorrow. The winner of tomorrow's game wins the series. We've won 1-1. We've won 1. They've won 1. DeGrom said today felt really good. Laura was asking him good questions, and he said today felt really good. Last time he was out, he said he figured out something, his mechanics. She followed up with the question, and he said, I'm not really sure what it was, but I felt like this is DeGrom saying it, felt like he was thinking too much about releasing his hands rather than just letting it go, and he felt smoother than I have all year. It was his exact quote. Boy, he looked good. I mean, he's looked good all year, but he looked really, really good today. Let's check out the scores from around the. No, you know what? First, let's talk about the state. Well, no, let's check. I want to see what's going on with the Astros. They were tied up. Dang it. So I want to check the scores. 5-3 Houston in the 10th. They waited to the extra innings, and Houston scored 2. So let's check the scores around the league. Pull that up so I can share it with you so you guys can look at what I am talking about if you want to. There it is. I'll make me smaller. Yeah, there's the bad news. Well, starting with us, we shut out the Nationals 5-0. We 3-hit them. DeGrom is a stud. We already know that. We've talked about it. When the show started, it was 3-3 Houston in Cleveland going into the bottom of the ninth. Obviously, the Guardians didn't score. Then the Astros scored 2 in the top of the 10th. So if you want to say goodbye to me and go watch that, if you got the MLB package or whatever, the Astros up by 2 in the 10th. The Guardians, we need 2 to tie 3 to win. If the Astros win, which it seems really likely now, we're 6.5 games out of first place, 4.5 games out of the wild card, if you care. The Mariners are at the Angels later tonight. All right, to the rest of the scores. Bottom of the ninth in Tampa, the Marlins and the Rays in the Citrus Series. That's what they're calling it down there. 10-10 going to the bottom of the ninth. The Rays have a chance to take that game. 10-10. Boy, that is a pinball game. Going to the bottom, well, the game just ended. Oh, look at that. Well, boy, it's moving actively as we speak. Finals today. Cubs take down the Tigers in Detroit 6-1. Taillon moves to 6-3 with the win. Holton gets the loss 2-3. Final in 10. That one just ended. This is a completion of a game from June 6th. The Reds beat the D-backs 4-3. D-backs are having a tough time. They're 31-32, but worse than that, they just lost their best pitcher, Corbin Burns. Santillan gets the win. His first. Thompson gets his second loss of the year. Blue Jays take down the Twins in Minnesota. Green with the second win. Griffin Jacks used to be a stud, but not this year so much. 1-4, fourth loss of the year. 4.82 ERA. Jeff Hoffman gets his 15th save. Dodgers fall in St. Louis in an early game. 2-1 to the Cardinals. Helsley gets his third win of the year. Kasperius gets the loss for the Dodgers. Pittsburgh takes down the Phillies 2-1. Matson 1-0 now. Suarez gets his first loss of the year, 4-1. Bednar gets his 8th save. In San Francisco, the Braves lose again. They are 9 games under 500. Tyler Rogers, one of the Twins, third win of the year. Johnson gets his third loss of the year. Reds 13-1 over the D-backs in the second of their 2 games today. That's the first game was the completion of the June 6th game. This was completed on June 7th. Whatever. The Reds win 13-1 over the D-backs. Old Rangers friend Nick Martinez gets his 4th win of the year. Nelson takes the loss. Ryan Nelson. White Sox 4-1 over KC in Chicago. Hauser gets his 2nd win. Waka. I always think of Muppets when I say Waka. 3rd or 5th loss of the year. He's 3-5. Some guy named Altavia gets his first save of the year. Checking on the situation in Cleveland, Naylor's up to bat over 3 on the day. Sousa pitching for Houston. 2 outs already. That ghost runner is on second. So the tying runs at the plate because they get the free runner on second. Already 2 outs. Already 1-2 count to Bo Naylor. We'll see how that goes. It looks like an Astros win, which again will mean that we are 6.5 games behind the Houston Astros. It is what it is. What do you do? 12 people here, 9 on Texas Clubhouse, 2 over on Dole Whip Dad. Hey, if you're over on Dole Whip Dad, good to see you. Welcome back. Come on over to Texas Clubhouse. Say hello. 1 person over on Twitch. Appreciate you all. Haley's here. Kurum's here saying hi in chat. Haley's a member of the channel, and I appreciate that. Haley, thanks for being here. Astros games are blacked out. Well, not everywhere. But I have the region. There you go. There you go. That game should be ending pretty quickly. We've only been live about 15 minutes, but I'm really work schedule's changing. So I may be not doing as many live games and maybe doing some of these post games. They certainly won't be very long. They'll be 15 to 30 minutes. We're 15 minutes in now. And I think I got everything. I mean, DeGrom, 81 pitches in 7 innings. Moves to 6-2, 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 Ks. I'll say it again. I think probably his best start as a Ranger. Haggerty 3 for 5, Simeon 2 for 3. Dolly gets a knock or an RBI also. If you still think that Marcus Simeon sucks, if you think he's done, it's you, not him. He does not care how wrong you are. He is raking, and he's going to be fine throughout the year. Frankly, so are the Rangers. You know, we're going to win with run suppression. I said this the other night. I'm going to say it again. The Rangers aren't the team we all wanted and believed we were going to have. I thought many people thought we were going to mash. I thought Peterson was going to come in here. I thought Seager would be healthy. I thought Young would take a step up. I love Berger. I thought Langford would be a lot better. Not so much. Not so much. The offense has been below average at best, and maybe even worse than below average so far. We're going to win with run suppression. We're going to win with great starting pitching, with a good bullpen, and with good defense. And we do have good defense, and we do have a good bullpen. We don't have a good closer, I get it, but we do have a good bullpen. We have the elite starting pitching. And that's scary. It's scary for a couple of reasons, in my opinion. But one, I don't see us adding anybody. I don't think there's any money with the luxury tax, so I'm worried about that. If we lose an Evaldi who's on the IL right now, if we lose DeGrom, if we lose any of these guys, and yeah, we've got Gray coming and Bradford coming, so maybe there's some leeway there. Hey, Blaine, what's going on, buddy? But my concern is that the starting pitching has been lights out. And should we expect it to be that good the rest of the way? Probably not. The offense, though, I do suspect and expect it will get a lot better. I still think we're going to be an above-average offense. I've said in the beginning of the year I thought we'd be top 5, top 10. I'll stick to that. Have we been that? Absolutely not. Blaine, my buddy, Rally Creative says, the regular season ended tomorrow. Who do you like to make a run? And this is a good time. I'm going to close up the show here shortly. Just any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the chat right now, and then I'll restate it, and then we'll call it a night. If the regular season ended tomorrow, who do you like to make a run to win it all as of right now? Lots of ball left, but just wanted your thoughts. Good to see you. Good to see you, Blaine. If the regular season ended tomorrow, so I guess what you're asking me is who do I think would be who's in a playoff position now, who I think would do well in the playoffs? Am I reading? Let me read that again. If the regular season ended tomorrow, who do you like to make a run to win it all? So yeah, okay, so let's see who would be in the playoffs so I don't lie to you. So I'll pull up the standings, right? Let me share that. So you guys can see what I can do. You see what I see? I know it's not Christmas, but that song popped in my head. All right, there you go. So there's the standings. So Blaine's question is, who would have a run? Well, I'll pull up the wild card standings so it's a little easier. So the division winners in the AL, we'll start there, would be Detroit, New York, and Houston. If the season ended tomorrow, it would be Toronto, Tampa, Cleveland. Minnesota would be tied. And since you said tomorrow, Seattle would have a chance because they're one game out. You said tomorrow. But I'll just go with Toronto, Tampa, and Cleveland or Minnesota would be the wild card teams. No, I think the Yankees, that would be the team in the AL I would look at. The Detroit Tigers have the best record in the league by 3 games, I think. 2 games, by 2 games, one in the loss column. I'll go with the Yankees. I mean, I didn't believe as much in them at the beginning of the year as I probably should have. Garrett Cole going down, I thought would hurt them more than it has. But they look like the best team. Now here's a caveat to that, right? Aaron Judge is out of his mind right now. And can we expect him to be a triple crown threat with a 60 home run pace? Probably not. Do I believe in the Tigers? Not as much. I mean, I think they're a good team. Do I believe they're going to be the best team in the league? I don't know if I would go that far. I also don't believe in the Astros. They're +7, 7-3 in their last 10. I don't know. I think that their run differential is +23. The Rangers are 0, so they're 23 runs better than us, right? But they're 4.5 games, or excuse me, they're 4.5, 7, 6.5 games ahead of us. So I think they've been a little lucky where we've been unlucky. That might be me being a homer. I'm sure people would think I'm being a homer there. But my point is, I still believe that the best 2 teams in the AL West are the Mariners and the Rangers. Maybe I'm an idiot. Lots of people on X/Twitter seem to think so. To answer your question, Blaine, I would go with the Yankees. I think they're the team. Now, in the NL, you've got the Cubbies, the Mets, and the Dodgers leading their division. Padres, Phillies, and Giants would make the playoffs. And you said with tomorrow, so I'd have to add in the Cardinals. They'd be only half a game out. They'd have a chance. Assuming that the Padres, the Phillies, and the Giants were the wild card teams, the Cubbies, the Mets, and the Dodgers. I think for me, it would be the Phillies and the Dodgers. The Mets are good, no doubt. The Cubs are good, no doubt. I think the Dodgers are a lot deeper, and I think some of their starting pitching will be back by then. In a short series, they're just going to need 3. And I think, probably a lot of people would be answering the question with the Padres here. I'm not one of them. I think when Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado are your biggest two guys, you're going to have trouble. And I think the Phillies are probably underrated. I think they probably catch and surpass the Mets between June, July, August, and September. I think they'll win their division. I think they will be the team. The Dodgers and the Phillies would be the team I would be looking to in the National League. And yeah, I'll go chalk, as they say, and I would take the Dodgers overall. So Dodgers, Yankees, I guess I'm calling for it was Dodgers and Yankees. Actually, I guess I'm calling for back-to-back. Chalk, as they say. Yep, Kerm, not that bad, right? Yeah, that's true, Blaine. That's true. The Mets are good, no doubt. Vientos hasn't even done anything. Brett Beatty, who I actually really, really like, but I like him for his glove more than his bat, been really, really good. If Vientos starts going, then they're going to have an extra hitter there. They've got a chance. They do. Exactly, Kerm. Exactly. I just think, taking a bunch of garbage from a bunch of people on Texas Rangers X/Twitter today, and I just don't understand the negativity. I said to somebody today, and it might be too blunt, but this is what I said. I think that baseball is a game of failure. If you get a hit 3 out of 10 times, you're in the Hall of Fame, and that's failing 7 out of 10 times. I think that baseball is a game of failure, and I think that we got a lot of new fans after we won the World Series in 2023, that we being the Rangers. And I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. I hope this doesn't sound disrespectful, but I think there's a lot of new fans who just don't have the emotional stability, the emotional intelligence. I'm not calling anybody dumb. Emotional intelligence is not being dumb, but the emotional maturity to handle being a baseball fan. I think that sometimes all the failure, and then there's this expectations. I saw somebody said, I was told that we were going to have a consistent winner, and I feel that it's the game. The other team's playing hard too. The Nationals don't care if you picked them to come in fourth. They're trying hard to win today. So I just think people, again, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an arrogant jerk, but so I apologize in advance, but maybe I'm an arrogant jerk, but I just think that people don't get baseball as it is a marathon, not a sprint, and it is a game of failure. And just because 4 writers wrote an article that you read in April saying your team is going to win the division doesn't mean they have a right to win the division. And it sure as hell doesn't mean that if they're not playing well, they're not trying, or they're bums, or they're pathetic, or any of that crap that I read every day. I got like 100 people mad. Like I post stuff, and there's people think I'm talking to them directly. Oh, I know you're talking about me, and you're just okay, crazy. That's nuts, but whatever. Baseball is a great sport because it doesn't matter, because the talent is there for all. Yes, amen. Patrick Mahomes is the best player on the field when he gets on the field, and the Chiefs are probably going to win because he's on the field, right? Right? Luka is one of the best ballers on the planet, and when you've got Luka, you got a really good chance to win the game. Baseball is a team sport, and you play it individually. You play team defense with a pitcher individually battling a hitter, and those 9 hitters are on their own in that batter's box. It is an individual game played in a team sport, and there's so many variables, and everybody's going to win 54 games every year, and everybody's going to lose 54 games every year. And it's those other 54 games that will determine who makes the playoffs and who goes deep in the playoffs and all that. It's not football. It's not the NBA. It's baseball. The best teams still lose. If you only lose 62, if you lose 62 games in a year, you won 100 games. Teams will make the playoffs losing 70 games. It's just, I think there's some very young, and there's nothing wrong with this. I want new fans to come to the game. Boy, and there's something also about social media and the need to emote, right? Like somebody was getting on me today about, I'm gatekeeping, I think was how they said it. I'm a big believer, fan how you want to fan. Like, I don't like the wave. I'm not mad at you if you like the wave. I don't care. Stand up, I don't care. I don't care. There's plenty of things that I love about baseball that maybe people don't. And there's plenty of things that people love about the game that I don't care about. I don't care if you want to complain about every time. Like I got, I've been on Marcus Simeon. I've been on the fans who read my stuff about stop giving up on Marcus Simeon and the offense for the Rangers. And people took it personally. And I got people, he strikes out, and I get 4 messages in like 30 seconds about, see, I told you. Like you're celebrating your team's failure? I'm not a new fan, but man, my mental. There you go, Haley. I should have read that before I said all that. It was I mean, I want them to win too, and I'm disappointed when they don't win. I'm like, oh, it's so crazy, or that's so dumb, or why do they do that? All that, but then you move on, right? Like, come on. I think that maybe just people have 2 things: a need to share their emotional displeasure, and what I would say an unhealthy need to be negative. Again, I get frustrated too. I want my team to go 162-0, but I'm not a crazy person. Yeah, it's sure not. And they will. Look at somebody posted, and I didn't even respond to it because it annoyed me, but we lost the other night on that horrible play, infield ground ball, and somebody sent me a tweet like it's silly. Still think they're going to win the West? Yeah, I do. That doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm right. And I've my whole life has made predictions, and people will come at you, right? People will come at me at least. See, I told you. You didn't tell me anything. You sat on this corner and you complained and cried, just like in 2023, in August, and even in September, when so many in the fandom in September of 2023, this team sucks. We had a chance. They don't care. Let's throw them all out. World Championship, baby. NBA, you can see your superstar have a good game, but in baseball, you see, yeah, exactly. Listen, if you are over on Dole Whip Dad, thank you for being here. Welcome back. Long time no see. I'm glad you are here. Love to have you come on over to Texas Clubhouse. Subscribe on the channel. If you're over on Twitch, glad you're here. Got one on Twitch right now. Appreciate you being here. And everybody who's over on Texas Clubhouse, you're part of the Clubhouse crew. I have not hidden the card yet. If you're one of my members, and I know I got Haley in the chat. I don't think I've seen anybody else, but members only. I'm hoping to hide the card this weekend. And tomorrow is Sunday. So basically I have to work tomorrow, and if I can get away, I'm going to do it. Or either that or it'll be early next week. We've got a couple ideas. Still haven't heard back from the person who said they wanted to be sponsors. So I might reach them out today and give them a, do what you need to do or get off the pot kind of situation. But we're, yeah, there you go, Haley. Good. Well, it's coming soon. And again, it's not that great of a card this time. It's my first time. But I've got a bunch of new stuff. I've actually been bidding on stuff on eBay and buying some stuff on Marketplace for you guys. So that should be fun. But the first one's going to be just a small little card, and maybe I'll put in a surprise in there, but it's coming, and it's coming soon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to have a contest. The first 3 days, members of my channel only. Well, here, I'll give you the ad, and then we'll talk about, almost nothing else. And then we'll be right back. Where'd it go? I got it right here. We go. 57 seconds. All right, I'm going to try something in June. It's like geocaching. You know what geocaching is? But I'm going to hide a card. Sometimes it'll be a bobblehead. Sometimes it'll be a card. It'll be baseball-y things, rangery things, and I'll hide it somewhere in DFW. Now, this is for members of my channel. If you're a member of the channel, you're going to get 3 clues as to the whereabouts of, in June, this card, Wyatt Langford Tops Now card. It's his first walk-off home run. The card commemorates that. Anyway, I'm hoping to do this every month. I'm hoping to get a sponsor for it. I'm hoping to hide things all around DFW. I'm going to try for the rest of the year to just do one a month. So that's what, June, July, all the way to December. That'd be 7 months. And then maybe we'll do one more often next year. But it's for members only. The first 3 clues will be just for members. And after that, I'll make them public for everyone. So members will have the first crack at it. Are you interested? Sign up for membership. So let me be clear. There's been a little bit of confusion on that. It's for members only the first 3 clues. Now, if you're a member and you get the first clue, the second clue, or the third clue, and you figure out where it is, and it's close enough to where you are that you can go find it, boom, you win the prize if you're the first one to get it. That said, I only have 5 members right now. So if the 5 members aren't paying attention or aren't interested or don't want the card or don't live anywhere near it or whatever, After 3 days, the fourth day, I'll post those 3 clues plus a fourth clue for everybody. Now, where is that? Well, I'm not going to tell you for sure, but if you follow me on X and you watch my live streams and you watch my videos, you'll definitely be getting those clues. So ideally, we'll grow to 20, 30, 40, 50 members. And then by then, I'm sure that the members will be the ones getting it. But with only 5 members, everyone has a good crack unless, well, Haley's in the chat right now. And she's a member, and she says she's patiently waiting. And if I hide something near her house and or she understands the clue, she might scoop it up before you get a chance. Does this make sense? So it's for members of the show or of the channel. Hitchhiking Bones. Will, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Hope you are subscribed to my. I know you're from Dole Whip Dad. I hope you subscribe over here on Texas Clubhouse. How you been, buddy? Good to see you. Rarity's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Are you tired of a lot of fans who are calling for Bochy's job? They clearly don't realize that no one has run away with the division yet, and we're still able to get back on top. Rarities, man, again, I said it to you, I think, once before. I know I thought it. I think I said it. Pretty sure I said it. Regardless, I'm going to say it now for the second time. I love it. I love having, you know what? I love my community because I think that by and large, not everybody, of course, but by and large, and I don't know everybody, you know, sometimes you're just a name and I don't know you, but the more you're here, the more we get to know each other, right? But I feel like this is and maybe this is me being an arrogant jerk again. I don't know. I feel like this is a very educated baseball crew. I mean, we're a small little community right now, but Rarities gets it clearly. You know, I'm not saying they're going to win the West. I'm not. I'm saying I still think they're going to win the West. If I had to pick somebody in late March, I picked the Rangers. Well, here I am. What is it? June 7th, right? As it sits on June 7th, if I had to tell you who I'd pick, if I had to put $100 down and I don't get the $100 back unless I'm right, I would still pick the Rangers. I get that we're 6.5 out of Houston. I get that. I get it. I also get that June and July and August and September are still to come. And I look at their roster and I look at their bullpen and I look at, well, I mean, their lineup, let's be real. I look at their lineup. I look at their full roster, right? But mostly their lineup and their starting rotation and their bullpen. And then I look at ours. I like ours best. I like ours best. Doesn't mean I'm right, but that's what I think. And what do you think? And not just Rarities, but anybody in chat. Saw a few Dole Whip Daddy shirts a couple weeks ago at Walt Disney World, and all I could think of was that they were just imposters. Will, you the man. Thank you. Love you. Love your family. Appreciate you saying that. If you're over here on Texas Clubhouse and you don't know what the heck Will's talking about, I have another channel. It was my first monetized channel. It's called Dole Whip Dad. Heavy on Disney content. And that was really nice of you to say, Will. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just recently, yesterday, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I just started to put the live streams over on Dole Whip Dad. And in full, I put out a video today, but full disclosure for those people over in Texas Clubhouse, you know, so what I did, most of you aren't going to care, but I'm going to throw it out there because Will's here and it's on my mind now. And just you might tune out, you might leave, but whatever, it is what it is. I started the channel Dole Whip Dad, and it was just basically things I love. You know, it's very heavy Disney. It was and became even heavier Disney, but it actually started in 2019. I did what was called, what did I call it? Vision 2020, not 2020 Vision. I called it Vision 2020. And what it was me doing a daily vlog every day. Okay. Every day of 2019, I did a vlog, 365. I ended up with like 385 videos or something that year. Because I did one every day. It was a butt kicking. It was hard. But I wanted to do it because there are a couple of reasons. One, people said how hard it was and whined and cried. So I wanted to, you know, see if they were idiots. And they are. Number two, I wanted to see if I could learn to edit and learn to storytell and all the things that you learn. I wanted to wake up thinking, all right, I need to be creative today. I need to create something today. You know, still having your work life and your family life and all those things. And so that was kind of a challenge I did to myself. Well, I grew a channel, and then the next year I dove harder into Disney and built a community. Then I started to go live and did some live shows. I had a couple, 2 or 3 shows a week that were mostly Disney content. One was about growing as a content creator. We called it Creator Talk. That was actually my most successful show by far. And it was a lot of fun. But I did a bunch of sports live streams, football and baseball. And that's really what grew my channel early, Dole Whip Dad. And then I kind of gave that up because I wanted to do the Disney thing and I wanted to do the Creator Talk thing. Well, now I've got a whole different channel. Dole Whip Dad's still alive. I don't post to it too much, but I will more again. And then Texas Clubhouse is where I talk Texas Rangers and Major League Baseball and college baseball and all of those things. I probably didn't need to waste your time with that, but hopefully I didn't scare everybody away. Let's see. 9 people still here. 6 on Texas Clubhouse, 2 on Dole Whip Dad, 1 over on Twitch. I appreciate you all. Again, I would ask you guys on Dole Whip Dad to come on over to the Texas Clubhouse channel. I'll be posting more on Dole Whip Dad, but you know, the baseball videos I probably won't put on Dole Whip Dad. The live streams I will. And of course, I've got some other stuff, including, hey, Anna, how are you? Long time no see, Anna. There's a name from the past and a face from the past. Love seeing you, my friend. Welcome back. Good to see you again, whatever the right way to say it is. We had a birthday party today. So today's video, when I'm done with this, I'm going to go downstairs, have some dinner, and then I'm going to edit up a video. 2 of my grandkids had a birthday party, and we hosted it in my backyard. So that'll be the video I put today. And that'll be over on Dole Whip Dad. And of course, you guys on Texas Clubhouse, if you care about that, you can head over there too. But I don't suspect most of you are going to care about that if you're just here for the baseball. And right now, again, 3 people are on Dole Whip Dad, 3 are on the Clubhouse, and 1's over on Twitch. And again, we're going to close up the show here in a minute. If you're on Dole Whip Dad, please consider, if you like baseball, come on over to the Texas Clubhouse. Let's see. Will says, I'm out of the loop on the Rangers because we are out of town. You guys, where are you guys? Yeah, I know where you're at now. I remember where I don't want to say it on the stream in case people know, but I remember now. I know where you live. Yeah, so we're to this series, we're against the Nats in Washington. We lost 3 in Tampa. We're 1-1 in Washington. Tomorrow we can win the series in Washington or lose it. We've won just 1 out of our last 4, and then we go to Minnesota after that. So 9 games in 10 days road trip, Will. And so far we're 1-4, which is brutal. I'm glad the college baseball playoff games have been good so far. Crazy to see. You know, I have not watched any. I'm following it. I watched the scores. I mean, I haven't watched any of the games just because I've been busy. Boy, so I mean, how much fun. And Texas wins in softball. Anna, again, welcome in, my darling. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. Yeah, they turned 5. They were born 6 days apart. I think on the stream the other night, 2 days apart. And I thought, I better double check on that. They're 6 days apart. Grandpa needs to remember their birthdays. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, they are beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, hilarious freaking humans. I love them to pieces. I'm Baba to 2 of them, and I'm just Grandpa to the other 2. Let's see. I think we are done. DeGrom, 81 pitches, 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 Ks. Jackson and Martin shut the door. No more clicks, hopefully, for Martin. He looked good. Tomorrow is a bullpen day, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, Bob, that's cute, right? Some of you Dole Whip Dad people might remember Everly. She's E2. When during the pandemic, when we went live, we had Everly. She was a little baby, and she was E2 because Emmy and Everly. There you go. All right, E2 is how you might have known her when she was a little baby. Tomorrow, bullpen day for my Rangers. Trevor Williams for then. Trevor Williams, not so good. Bullpen, kind of rough for us. We'll see how that goes. Rubber game. Winner of tomorrow's game wins the series. DeGrom quotes after the game, today felt really good. Felt smoother than I have all year. Talked about he was concentrating too much on pulling his hands apart, and he felt like it was more smooth today. And boy, I mean, today, I think, I said it earlier, I'll say it one more time. I think today was DeGrom's best start as a Ranger. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that exactly, Rarities. Good spot to close it. Almost 40 minutes. Wow. Yes, right? E2. Yeah, she's still pretty cute now. Now she would steal the show by saying, hey, Bob, I'm going to steal the show. She's awesome. Maybe I'll bring her back on one of these shows. You guys see how big she got. I appreciate all of you. If you're on Dole Whip Dad, good to see you again. Appreciate you. Hope you come over to the Texas Clubhouse. If you're on Texas Clubhouse, thanks for being here. No live stream for the game tomorrow for me. I'm working, but I should be home about 5:30-ish. I'll probably do a post-game show, just depending on 2 things. What time I get home, how much of the game I get to pay attention to. We'll see how busy it is at work. Again, my name is Jeff Bates. Subscribe on my YouTube channel at Texas Clubhouse. Follow me on X at Jeff Bates on X. Have the best day ever. I will see you guys next time. No, thank you, Will. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, you too, guys. I appreciate all of you. Have the best day ever. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. See ya. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you had a good time, whether we won or we lost. I guarantee I had a good time because you were here. I appreciate you being part of our Clubhouse crew, whether you're on my YouTube channel at Texas Clubhouse or over on my Twitch also at Texas Clubhouse, whether you watch on X, at Jeff Bates on X, wherever, you're the best because you're here. You stayed all the way to the end. It means a lot. I'm going to drop my link tree right here so you can check me out other places. Listen, it just means a lot that you spend a little bit of your evening or your daytime with me here, watching a little baseball, talking a little baseball. I love this. I love building a community. I love watching baseball. I love talking baseball. And I'm just talking to myself if you're not here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to do anything cool for me, like the stream. Of course, I'd love it if you became a member of the channel and all those things. But the most important thing is you are here. I hope you come back again. I appreciate you. Have the best day ever. Go Rangers.